Hello, yes, all can hear me.
Yes, sir.
Most of you are not present. All can hear me. All right, great. So, anyone can give me a short description about what we have learned in the last class shortly. Right, we went through the projection of vectors. Apart from that, we talked about all types of vectors, right? All types of vectors we have seen. Okay, let us continue. So, before we move ahead to talk about the resultant of two vectors, can you all tell me? I'll draw here some vectors. You all have to tell me what all types of vectors are there. Okay, yes, yes, I will make. So now I'll first give you few types of vectors. You all have to tell me what kind of vector it is. These two vectors I have drawn simply. You have to tell me what kind of vector it is. Let me know through the chat. पोजीशन वेक्टर नहीं है ये, परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर भी नहीं है क्योंकि एंगल मैंने दिया नहीं है. ऐसे अगर दो लाइन बना दिया, हाउ कैन यू से इट इज 30 डिग्री और 60 डिग्री और 90 डिग्री. अगर ऐसे बनाया था देन यू कैन से इट इज 90 डिग्री. सो मोस्ट श्योरली वी आर confirmed that these are coplanar vectors, right? अगर कोई कहेगा कि ये परपेंडिकुलर वेक्टर है तो उसका काउंटर हो सकता है कि यहाँ पे एंगल मेंशन नहीं है. कोई कहेगा दिस इज इनिशियल वेक्टर, then there could be a counter. I can say that I have not indicated that they are originating from the same point. But if I say it is coplanar vector, we are sure that they are lying in this plane. So most fitting type of vector you have to tell me. Okay. So these are the two vectors. Let us say I have drawn. And these both vectors are going towards east. Now you have to tell me what kind of vector is this. पैरेलल वेक्टर क्योंकि डायरेक्शन सेम रखा है मैंने इसका. ओके. अच्छा, इसी क्वेश्चन में लेट मी टर्न दिस वेक्टर. What I did, this is a vector and this is b vector. This is minus b vector. Now you have to tell me about a vector and b vector. What are they? A vector and b vector. b vector and minus b vector, these are negative of each other. Opposite vector, there is no such term opposite vector. So very simple, अगर हम a vector इसको और इसको parallel अगर कहते हैं, so you can remember that these are called as anti-parallel, right? Anti-parallel means opposite to parallel. Okay, so these two vectors are anti-parallel. But yes, whatever vectors I am drawing, one case is very much sure. All types of vectors here are coplanar for sure, because I am drawing them on a plane only. So let us say two forces are acting. Let us say this is an object kept on the ground and there are two ropes attached, एक इधर और एक इधर. Let us suppose यहाँ पर rope attached है, इधर और इधर, and these are pulled from these two sides with 10 Newton and 15 Newton. So this 10 Newton and 15 Newton, what kind of vector I can say they are? कोई इनिशियल वेक्टर होगा, उसका इनिशियल पॉइंट सेम है, सो कोई इनिशियल वेक्टर, right? This will be the most fitting one. Just observe the initial point, they are same. Let us suppose I am applying a force here, and due to this application of force F, the object moves to point 2 from point 1. तो ये force जो है, this vector, what it is, यहाँ पे हम कहेंगे ये free vector है, right? ऑर्थोगोनल भाई नहीं होगा ये एंगल में तो दिया ही नहीं है. That's what I was saying from the start. इस लाइन ऐसे लाइन बना दिया, हाउ कैन यू से दिस इज 90 डिग्री? हो सकता है ना 89 भी हो, unless and until I do not mention the perpendicularity or give the angle, it will not be perpendicular, है ना? But yes, फ्री वेक्टर जरूर हो सकता है ये, को इनिशियल वेक्टर डेफिनेटली होगा, perpendicular vector that can be, we are not sure because angle is not given. Okay, so what was position vector? Who will tell me position vector क्या था? This is the one which we require the most. It gives idea of origin, not origin. It gives us the idea of the point with respect to origin. Let us suppose you are representing in this coordinate plane the point, any point, let's take 4 5. तो वो 4 5 point किधर आएगा? इधर आएगा, right? Somewhere here in the first quadrant. So this 4 5, this is the point with respect to origin. So this vector, if I have to write this in the form of vector, we can say this is 4, it is including 4 units along x, so 4i, and then 5 units along j, so 5j cap. So what is the position vector of this point with coordinate 4 5? 4i cap plus 5j cap. और position vector कैसे लिखते थे? From start to end, so OP vector. You can also write it as P vector, किसी point का. So today we will talk about a new thing, that is triangle law of vector addition. तो उसको समझने से पहले let us understand why we require it. So till now we were doing operations on scalars. Scalar का मतलब क्या होता है? Just a real number. Like till now we were doing addition operation, subtraction operation, multiplication operation and division operation. So here two scalars are being added, two scalars are being subtracted, two scalars are multiplied, and two scalars are divided. So the result that you get is a scalar. That means a number only. Similarly, there are operations on vectors. There are operations on vectors. So if we add two vectors or we subtract two vectors, these both are called as resultant operation. These come under resultant operation. Now why the name resultant? Because if I say add 2 and 3, that is same as saying resultant of 2 and 3. That means combine them. So especially add them. Now subtraction operation is same as addition operation. Why? Because let us see 2 minus 3. How can I write it? Subtract 3 from 2. Now let us see how we can change it in terms of addition operation. So I can also say add 2 to minus 3. Right? This 2 minus 3 is same as adding 2 to minus 3. So we can say this is nothing but resultant of 2 and minus 3. This is nothing but resultant of 2 and 3. Right? So first one is the resultant of 2 and 3. The second one is resultant of 2 and minus 3. So here we know a method to add two numbers. Similarly, we should also remember a way by which we can add two vectors. So for that purpose, we have a triangle law. To add, we have triangle law of vector addition. So let us remember the triangle law. If we have a vector and at the point where this vector ends, another vector starts, then their resultant is in this direction from A to the final point. So this vector which I have drawn using the red color, that is resultant vector. And what this resultant vector is indicating? A vector plus B vector. So here the sense of direction is very important. If I want to add two vectors, the two vectors has to be positioned such that at the point one vector ends, another vector should start. And the initial to the final point, if you join directly, then you will get the resultant vector. So let us say, for example, we have a vector A here and another vector B here. What could be the resultant vector? What could be the resultant vector? Can we apply a triangle law and make a triangle like this? Answer is no, we cannot do that, because for the triangle law to use, at the point where one vector ends, another vector should start. So one thing we can remember, that you can reposition or relocate a vector. So relocate a vector at any place unless and until you do not change the direction. So if I take this vector and draw it here, now this can be done. I have taken B. You can take this B vector, put it anywhere. You can put here, you can put here, you can put here, anywhere you can put. But the thing is, direction should not be changed. So if I put this B vector here, then we see that triangle law can be used, because at the point A vector ends, another B vector starts. And now we can say the direction of resultant vector is from, or this is the resultant vector. Is this clear to all? The triangle law of vector addition. Let us say we have the two vectors here. Let us say we have two vectors, one vector going to the right. Let us say two forces are applied on an object in this manner. So these two forces are applied here on the object at this point. So what will be the direction of resultant? Again, we cannot use triangle law. So take any vector which you want and you can relocate the vector. So what I will do, I will take this vector and displace it parallelly. And then we can see this is the direction of resultant vector. I could have also done one more thing. I could have taken this vector and positioned it here. Now I see that we can use the triangle law because at the point one vector ends, another vector starts. So this also could have been the resultant vector. So just observe this resultant vector we have got, or the resultant vector that we got by displacing this vector, they are actually same. You write resultant vector here, or you draw it here, anywhere you draw, unless and until you do not change the magnitude and direction, the vector is same. So before I move on, write out the stuffs related to the resultant operation, go through it once again, and then we will do few questions. So to be remembered, what all operations on vectors we are going to see? Resultant operation, which includes plus and minus operation. Division operation is not supported for vectors because it does not make any sense to divide two direction. Multiplication vector, this multiplication operation on vectors, that is supported. There are two ways to multiply. So multiplication of vectors, there are two ways. We will not at all discuss about them today. I will just write out the ways: dot product and cross product. So we will not go through it today. We will finish up operations including the only resultant operation. So those who have done, I'll give you a question. Let us say four vectors are here. I randomly give out their names: A vector, B vector, C vector, D vector. So you have to find A vector plus B vector plus C vector plus D vector is equal to what? So I'll write the option: 0, minus D, and none of the above. So from A, B, and C, you have to select whatever you find is correct. So no one should select D. So after you have written, you can do this question. So only 50% of you have given their choice. All should select. So option A is the right one. 50% of you have selected. जीरो वेक्टर होगा ये. कैसे जीरो वेक्टर होगा? Just observe. One by one we will see A vector plus B vector. So you can see A vector is in this direction, and at the point A vector ends, B vector starts. तो ये हो जाएगा हमारा A vector plus B vector. So now you can forget this because you have got their resultant. You have got their combination. Now A vector plus B vector in this direction, and at the point where this vector ends, another C vector starts. So your new vector should be in this direction, right? Because it has to be from start to end. And that new vector, which is in this direction, it should be A vector plus B vector plus C vector. And this is actually equal to negative of D vector, because just see, D vector is in the downward direction. And if I want to reverse this D vector, it will be minus D vector. Now we can say they are equal because their directions are same and magnitude is same. So I equated them. Now if I bring this minus D vector to the left, we get A plus B plus C plus D is equal to 0 vector. So A is the right choice. So let us say we have one more question. Let us say this is let us say this is A vector, this is B vector, this is C, this is D, this is E, and this is F. So can I say here also this is equal to 0 vector? So Shirsha, you can focus here once again. I will explain once again. There is no problem. So we were having this as, let us suppose, A vector. This as B vector. Let us draw it. So yes, this was A vector, this was B vector, this was C vector, and this was D vector. Now, what we did, we were required to find out A plus B plus C plus D. So I can combine this A vector and B vector, and instead of them, I can say that this is their combination. So I can remove them now because I have got a vector plus b vector. Now again we can combine this vector and this vector because their sense of direction is maintained, and I can say this is representing a plus b plus c. So we can remove them now. Now you see they are opposite of one another. So we can say a plus b plus c is negative of d. So that means a plus b plus c plus d is equal to 0 vector. You can combine anything. Anything you can combine, but the result, you should get the result. You can also say like this. This was the question. A vector, b vector, c vector, d vector. If I give you to add 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 1, we can do any kind of addition. You can add them first and then add 4 later, then add 2 later. So same will apply for vectors. So you can also cancel these two vectors. If you see a plus b plus c plus d, here you can cancel a vector and c vector because they are equal and opposite. B vector and d vector will be cancelled and answer will be 0 vector. So this will only be applied here, but not for the question that I have given. So this was the question. Let us go through it. You have to select here whether this is equal to null vector again. Who say that this is a null vector, they will select yes, else no. So those who selected no, that means they have not understood the previous problem. Who selected this no? All of you understood the previous problem? Okay, yes, this is a null vector. You can again combine. You can combine a and b first and make this as a plus b. So once you have made this as a plus b, you can remove them. Now you can combine a plus b and then c. You can make this as a plus b plus c and you can remove them. So once you have a plus b plus c, and then you can combine this d vector and then you can say this is a plus b plus c plus d, and then you can remove them. So once you have combined a plus b plus c plus d, you can combine them, and this will be our direction for a plus b plus c plus d plus e vector. And just observe, this is equal to negative of f vector because f is in opposite direction. So if you take f vector to the left, you will get this statement. So let us see the use of this in real life. Let us say this is the block. If you are pulling this block, let us say you have attached two threads and you are pulling this block using the two threads along this direction. So in which direction the block will go? In which direction the block will go? Along A. So how did you know it will go along A? Because you remember the experiment. You remember the logical experiment of daily life. But how can we say it goes upward? You can see the two vectors. Let us get this direction upward. You can see these are the two vectors. So I cannot apply triangle law here because at the point one vector ends, other vector does not start. So instead what we can do, we can take this and put it here. Now we can say that this will be the kind of resultant vector's direction. So this resultant vector's direction indicates the combination of these two vectors, and it is due to their combination this block is being displaced upwards. So upwards, or you can say along the resultant vector direction. Okay. So let us see. The question now is, a boy walks 4 meters along east and then 3 meters along north. Find the displacement of boy with respect to original position. So definitely you have to find with respect to original position. Five meter is wrong. जो सिर्फ 5 मीटर कह रहे हैं, they are not right. I have asked displacement. So displacement includes direction also. So you have to state the direction also. If you just say 5 meters in the exam, it will be completely wrong. You can take, there are two ways. We will discuss the two ways. Northeast is also completely wrong. We are not sure whether it is northeast or northwest. Northeast means you are going at 45 degree, but here 45 degree is not made. So there are two ways. One, you can say that along east if we take x and along north if we take y. So boy goes 4 meters along east. That means 4 I cap. And then 3 meters along north. That means 3 j cap. So this becomes your displacement. So if you say this is your displacement, that is right. So some of you can say displacement in terms of the magnitude and direction. That's also right. So if you are just specifying magnitude, you are just producing half result. So 4 meters here and then 3 meters here. So what will be the direction of displacement? Observe the triangle law. The direction will be from here to here, and that is what we see. Object goes from this initial point to final point. So what will be the magnitude? We can find that using Pythagoras theorem, 5 meters. But if you do not mention direction, it's not complete. So what will be the direction? Take this angle theta. So to find direction, you can relate tan theta as 3 by 4. So you can say theta as tan inverse 3 by 4. So if you just say tan inverse 3 by 4, again we are wrong. So we can say at this much angle north of east, right? Either you can say north of east, or this comes out to be 37 degree because I have told you all to remember this triangle with sides 3, 4, 5, and this angle is 37 and this is 53. Right? So you get to see that this is 37. So direction you can say 37 degree with respect to, either you can say horizontal or you can say with respect to east direction along north of east. Anything you can say, but it has to be specific. So are these two ways clear? So the one who have got the displacement in terms of this, so the one who have got this displacement, they can get even the magnitude. And what was the way to get magnitude? कोई भी vector ले and then do 4 square plus 3 square. Direction के लिए what do we do? Tan inverse 3 by 4. Okay. So in the last session, we have gone through the two vectors. Here the two vectors, if you see in this problem, the two vectors are at right angle 90 degree. But if the two vectors are making an angle theta, if two vectors are making an angle theta, then you must all be knowing that resultant vector magnitude is given by a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta, and the direction of resultant, let us say it is alpha. So that alpha is given by tan inverse b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. ये सभी को पता है. To get the magnitude of resultant and the direction of resultant for any vectors making angle theta. So Yashas, you do not know this. Guys, ये vectors तो complete हुए हैं ना? All of you have completed vectors. No? हाँ, 9th में हुए हैं ना? So have you used this formula in the last grid? You must have used. So we will see the proof. We will see the proof. But उससे पहले let us use it. Let us understand कि ये है क्या. Then we will see the proof. Okay. So let us see. The question is, two forces act on an object as shown. So this is the object and two forces, one force here 3 Newton, another force here 4 Newton. They are at 60 degree. The question is, you have to find the magnitude of resultant vector or the magnitude of resultant force and the direction of movement of object. So here you are free to use the formula and then we will see how this is derived. So we will see the derivation, but derivation देखने से पहले let us understand कि ये है क्या, in what terms it can be used. So I have given you the formula and I have stated that the first one is for the magnitude of resultant of two vectors. This is for magnitude of resultant of two vectors A and B at angle theta. And this alpha is the direction of resultant vector. So abhi ke liye let us suppose you have the formula. Can we use it and do this problem? Can we use them and do this problem? We will keep till 3:15 today because you all have the class once again at 4:30. ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर कोई तो दो मुझे. Two forces are acting on an object as shown. और ये फॉर्मूला है, you can use this formula if it is required and do the next problem. ये दो फोर्स दिया है, that means I have given you the two vectors and the angle between the two vectors is 60 degree. You have to find the magnitude. Magnitude क्या होगा? रूट अंडर ए स्क्वायर, ये ए और बी वेक्टर है ना, तो जस्ट पुट द वैल्यूज, ए स्क्वायर प्लस बी स्क्वायर प्लस 2 टाइम्स ए इंटू बी इंटू कोसाइन 60. तो ये रिजल्टेंट क्या हो गया? रूट अंडर 16 प्लस 9 प्लस कॉस 60 1/2 होता है प्लस 12, so you get root 37. So answer will be root 37 newtons because you are finding the resultant of two forces. Is this first one clear to all? Okay, then let us find out the direction of movement of object. तो ऑब्जेक्ट किधर मूव करेगा? That is very logical कि object will move in the direction of resultant of these two forces. ये दोनों फोर्स के combined effect के इधर ऑब्जेक्ट मूव करेगा. That means I can say that the object will move in the direction of resultant, in the direction of resultant vector. और direction कैसे निकलता है? We have the formula. So you can say tan inverse b sin theta. You have to also observe कि इधर वाला जो वेक्टर है ये b है, then only you can take this, you can apply this formula. So tan inverse 4 sin 60 by 3 plus 4 cos 60. So you can say the object will move at an angle of this much. You can evaluate it with respect to horizontal. So now you can see, if you all know this formula, you can do such kinds of questions. So let us prove this formula. Proof is not required anywhere, but let us prove that to understand how we actually got this one. You cannot find tan inverse here because this will not come out to be a proper value. Okay, you can leave it like this, but yes, you can simplify. You can make it as tan inverse 4 sin 60 will be 4 root 3 by 2, so 2 root 3 divided by this will become 2 5. So you can say tan inverse 2 root 3 by 5 with respect to horizontal. So who did not understand how to do this question? Because then it will not be fruitful to prove this one. As per the given formula, all of you have understood how we did this kind of question. So you all know where to apply them now. Okay. You can write anything. You can write cos, you can write cot, you can write sine, whatever you wish you can write. But that has to be connected. If you are able to get all the sides, you can write that. So let us say we have two vectors. इसमें किसी को भी डाउट होगा, they will ask me at that point only, because repeating this will consume a lot of time again. This is another vector. This is vector A, this is vector B, and the angle between the two vectors is theta. Now we have to find the resultant vector magnitude. First thing is we have to find the magnitude of resultant vector. So we have to prove this one. So resultant direction किधर आएगा? Somewhere here. Is everyone clear about ये direction क्यों आएगा? ये vector लो and put that vector here, है ना, just relocate that vector. Now you can see this is one vector, this is another vector, so this should be the resultant vector. तो ये a वेक्टर है, तो इस a वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड a है, इस b वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड हमने लिया b. So this is resultant vector, and let me just expand this because I want to frame a right angle triangle to use it efficiently. All right, so this is the resultant vector, and I will expand this to make a right angle triangle. So you can see this is right angle. Now this angle will be theta. Yes, it will be half of the given angle in that case, Navya, but only in that case. So this angle will be theta because these two are parallel lines and this is a transversal. So corresponding angles will be equal. Okay. Now I can project A, and ये क्या हो जाएगा, A cos theta. I told you all to remember the projection. अगर याद नहीं है तो you can use trigonometry. ये क्या है, A sin theta. और जो ट्रिगोनोमेट्री जिनका नहीं हुआ है, जो अभी तक नहीं देखे हैं, दे विल गो टू द YouTube channel and watch the complete trigonometric identities and all. So now we can see we have a triangle in which this is the hypotenuse, this is one side, and this is another side. So in this triangle we can use now Pythagoras theorem. So hypotenuse square, that is r square, is equal to a sin theta whole square plus base square. So b plus a cos theta will be the base now. Now r will be root of, let us expand this. So a square sin squared theta plus, here I'll apply x plus y whole square. So b square plus a cos theta whole square plus 2ab cos theta. Right? I just applied x plus y whole square. X square plus y square plus 2xy. So here we get root of a square sin squared theta. Let me bring this together. Plus a squared cos squared theta plus b squared plus 2ab cosine theta. Right? I have just rearranged. And in these two terms, let us take a square common. तो क्या मिलेगा हमारे पास, sin squared theta plus cos squared theta, और ये होता है 1. So we get r here as root of a squared plus b squared plus 2ab cos theta. So we got the magnitude of the resultant of two vectors a and b at an angle theta. Good, सभी को समझ में आ रहा है, that's great. Now let us find the direction. Direction क्या होगा resultant का, ये होगा, right? Let us say this is angle alpha. So yes, in the same triangle we can find tan alpha. इसी right triangle में tan alpha will be opposite, that is a sin theta by adjacent, so b plus a cos theta. और यहाँ से हमें मिल गया अल्फा इज tan इनवर्स a sin theta by b plus a cos theta. and you have to specify with respect to b vector, राइट। बी वेक्टर नीचे है, बी वेक्टर के रेस्पेक्ट में ये एंगल निकाला, क्योंकि ए वेक्टर के रेस्पेक्ट में एंगल विल बी डिफरेंट। अगर क्वेश्चन में पूछा है फाइंड द एंगल विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू ए वेक्टर एंड लेट अस सपोज यू फाउंड विथ रेस्पेक्ट टू बी वेक्टर, सो एंगल विल बी थीटा माइनस अल्फा, राइट। थीटा इज गिवन, अल्फा वी हैव ऑलरेडी फाउंड। So the most important thing here, apart from learning these formula, is that you have to remember where we have taken a vector and where we have taken b vector. So you can see यहाँ पर हमने a vector इधर लिया है और b vector इधर लिया है और एंगल थीटा है, then you are getting alpha as tan inverse a sin theta by b plus a cos theta and with respect to b vector. अगर हमने ये लिया होता, let us say this would have been b vector and this would have been a vector, then in this case alpha would have been tan inverse b sin theta by a plus b cos theta and with respect to a vector. Okay, so these things we have to keep in mind. So guys, I have told you, जहां पर डाउट होगा वहीं पे बोलने के लिए, ये पूरे कंप्लीट करने के बाद you should not say to explain from the first. You can watch the recordings again. I have told you at the start only, क्योंकि इसको फिर से पूरा बनाना पड़ेगा। And why there should be sin theta in 2ab cos theta? इसको एक्सपैंड करोगे तो भाई क्या मिलेगा, b plus a cos theta if you expand, automatically how we will get sin theta? You have here b square plus a cos theta whole square plus 2 into b into a cos theta. यहाँ पे मैंने I have used x plus y whole square. I have used this expression. तो वहाँ sin theta कैसे आएगा? You should watch the recordings. I tell it once again that it will not work like this. मैंने बोला था जहां जहां डाउट आएंगे keep asking me that point only. I was having a look on the chat, but if you say like this to explain this magnitude once again, to explain this direction once again, तो ये तो वही बात हो गया, explain this once again. Yes, Vikas, I hope you were there when I said you to everyone. I said कि जहां पर भी डाउट आएंगे you will ask me that point only. तो कहीं बीच में ही डाउट आए होंगे ना, तो अगर बीच में डाउट आए तो वहां पे मुझे क्यों नहीं रोका? Why didn't you say that I have a doubt here? It does not make any sense. Really, it does not make any sense to repeat this complete thing once again. So how many of you want me to explain this once again? They will select me yes or no. मेरा कुछ नहीं जा रहा है, मैं 10 बार समझा दूंगा, टाइम आप लोग का जाएगा। I'll explain it 10 times, 15 times. मैं सोचा एक प्रॉब्लम करा दूं, बट कोई बात नहीं, हम फिर से समझ लेंगे। everyone vote this. ये करना है। How many of you want me to explain this once again? And how many of you want me to explain this? तो जिनको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, of course they will press here no. Okay, at least let me know at what point you have the doubt. Because दो ही तीन है जिनको डाउट है, तो complete explain करना that does not make any sense. But if you want me to explain, write me on the chat. Part wise also you can ask me. Okay, at this point, this 1 and 2, ये क्लियर है, ये अल्फा कैसे मिला? Anyone who has doubt, ask me. I will not take your name. There is no issue. ये समझ में आया? अल्फा इज इक्वल टू tan इनवर्स. ओके, तो अगर ये समझ में आया, तो आई वाज सेइंग कि दिस एंगल वाज विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू बी वेक्टर, राइट? बट देयर कुड बी पॉसिबिलिटी, जब हमें ये याद ना रहे और हम इसको बी मान लें और इसको ए मान लें, तो उस केस में हमारा रिजल्ट गलत आ जाएगा. सो आई गिव यू दीज टू फॉर्म्स कि अगर आपको ये ए लेना है या ये बी लेना है, या ये बी लेना है या ये ए लेना है. विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू एग्जाम्पल इट विल बिकम मोर क्लियर. चलो लेट अस सी वन एग्जाम्पल. Then if it is not understood, I will move at that point. So let us say we have a simple question. Let us say two forces are acting on an object, and these two forces are acting at 60 degree. This is 3 Newton and this is 4 Newton. Right? Same question which we did now. Let us just see the different forms. So two forces are acting on this object. So definitely its resultant vector will be in this direction. And to find the magnitude of resultant, there is no issue in that. We have only one expression everywhere. To find the angle, अब ये एंगल निकालना है. So this will be tan inverse. Should I write 3 sin 60 degree or 4 sin 60 degree? How will we confirm that? So वही याद रखना है. Whatever you have here, write with sign at the top, 3 sin 60 degree divided by 4 plus 3 cos 60 degree. And this angle will be with respect to 4 Newton force. So observe the question. Question में ये diagram नहीं था. The question just contained that two forces are acting at 60 degree and the magnitude of two forces are 3 and 4 newtons. So the two forces are acting at 60 degree. You are required to find the magnitude of resultant and the direction. So from this question, some of you can draw the diagram like this कि 3 Newton इधर ले लिया, 4 Newton इधर ले लिया और ये 60 degree हो गया और ये resultant हो गया, right? Whereas some of you can take this also and that's not wrong. ये 4 न्यूटन हो गया, ये 3 न्यूटन हो गया और ये रिजल्टेंट हो गया एंड एंगल बीच में 60 डिग्री हो गया. सो फॉर दिस केस रिजल्टेंट का देखो फॉर्मूला तो सेम रहेगा, ए स्क्वायर बी स्क्वायर 2ab cos थीटा. बट जो डायरेक्शन का होगा दैट विल चेंज. सो यू हैव टू रिमेंबर tan इनवर्स व्हाट वी विल ब्रिंग, जो इधर है with that you will multiply sin of the angle, right? तो इस केस में होगा 4 sin 60 डिग्री. जो 3 sin 60 डिग्री करेंगे दे विल बी रॉन्ग. सो यू हैव टू ऑब्जर्व कि यहाँ पर क्या है. एंड देन you have 3 plus now 4 cos 60 degree and with respect to 3 Newton force. So observe the change. It depends on how we have considered them. यही दोनों मैंने यहाँ पर वेरिएबल्स के टर्म्स में बताने की कोशिश किया था. सो नाउ इज दैट क्लियर? ये दोनों दोनों वे करेक्ट है आंसर करने के. वेदर यू राइट दिस इन द एग्जाम और यू राइट दिस इन द एग्जाम, बोथ आर राइट. अब कोई डाउट्स है किसी को? Anyone has any doubt? Let me know that. पोलराइजेशन, पोलराइजेशन ये तो this is in optics, this is in wave optics. Why you require polarization now? Polarization, it's not a small topic, it's a complete wave topic. I mean, I understand that you would be saying projection. Projection? So after some time, yes, polarization also will be done because this will be as per class 12 topics. So जो मैं आज complete कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि for 11th I have done, ये vectors मान लो, for 10th let us suppose मैं vectors कर दिया और यहाँ पर let us suppose मैं यहाँ पर motion in 1D I have started, है ना? कहीं और अगर बैच ले रहा हूँ let us suppose वहाँ पर मैं let us suppose 12th में इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पढ़ा दिया. So what I do, by the end of the week I try to make the complete video without conversation based on all these topics so that all of you can refer to it, to that. और ये live वाला तो होंगे ही. You can find this in this YouTube channel, है ना? So I will make कुछ टाइम पे ये भी polarization also will be done, है ना? So last question and quickly we will do. So two vectors. So you have to use this formula only now. You should not think of something else. Magnitude के लिए ये, direction के लिए ये. So two vectors of magnitude 10 units and 15 units are at right angle. Find the magnitude of resultant and the direction. Use the formula that we have seen. What formula we will use? Resultant के लिए यही वाला, a square b square 2ab cos theta. And direction के लिए tan inverse. Let us suppose you consider b and a accordingly. So b sin theta by a plus b cos theta. So this should be b, this should be a. जब हम ये लिखते हैं formula, this should come in our mind. So you will observe the angle is 90 degree, right? Between the vectors. मतलब ये जो theta है ये 90 degree है. और यहाँ पर 90 रखेंगे तो cos 90 is 0. So this complete thing will cut out and we will get the magnitude of resultant as root of a square plus b square. And this is what we have to use when the two vectors are acting at right angle. Right? This is what we have learned before going into this formula. That if they are at 90 degree, this will be the way to find resultant. And we also got this way using the same expression. Whereas if you see this, let us check alpha क्या होगा? Tan inverse. ये मान लिया a वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड है, ये b वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड है. So it will be b sin theta. So 15 sin 90 by a plus b cos theta. So you will get alpha as tan inverse 15 by 10 because sin 90 1 होता है और cos 90 0 होता है. So just observe, it's exactly the same way whether you do using this mechanism or by considering a perpendicular case. So anyone has any doubt based on what we have learned till now? कोई doubts है, they can let me know. Resultant is 15 units. How you are getting 15 units? It will be root of 10 square plus 15 square. So you get root of 100 plus 225. So you get root of 325. This will be the resultant magnitude. Root 325, you can write it accordingly. 5 root 13. 25 into 13 करोगे तो क्या मिलेगा? Yes, you can write it as 5 root 13 units. Okay, so everyone understood till here. So in the next class, we will begin with the vector operations. We will do first few questions based on what we learned today. And then we will do the next vector operation, that is the dot and the cross product. So we have a lot of questions to do in this resultant operation. All right, everyone, let's meet in the next class then, and let us continue with this. After dot and cross, yes, it will end, but we have few questions in vectors which require motions. So motion and vectors go hand in hand. So we'll do questions from motion which requires the usage of vectors. All right, so see you all in the next class. Revise whatever we learned because we are going to use them to do the questions.